She thought I was nothing, until she lost me. I still remember the way she said it, so effortlessly, without hesitation, without a flicker of doubt in her voice. I just don't feel the same way anymore. That was all. No sadness, no second thoughts. Like our years together were just a fleeting moment, easily forgotten. Like I was just another chapter in her life, one she could close without a care. She packed her bags, walked out the door, and never looked back. She thought she was walking toward something better. She believed I'd stay behind, heartbroken and lost, waiting for her like some afterthought. But she was wrong. Because instead of chasing after her, instead of begging for an explanation, I turned and walked away too. A year passed. A year of silence. A year of rebuilding myself from the ground up. She had expected me to wait, to linger in the background, ready to forgive if she ever changed her mind. She convinced herself that I'd always be there, just in case. But as time slipped by, the reality of her decision started to sink in. The man she left me for wasn't who she thought he was. The thrill of her new life faded. The security of knowing I was always there gone. For the first time, she felt the weight of her mistake. And then she did something I never expected. She came looking for me. It started with a message. A number I didn't recognize. "Hey, can we talk?" I stared at the screen, my chest tightening. I didn't need to check who it was. I knew. A year ago, those words would have shattered me. A year ago, I would have dropped everything just to hear her voice. But now? Now they meant nothing. I could have ignored it, could have blocked her number, and continued living the life I built without her. But something in me wanted to see it, to see the regret in her eyes, to watch her face the consequences of what she had done. So, against my better judgment, I replied, "Why?" Seconds later, the dots appeared. I need to see you. Please." I almost laughed. The same woman who once left without looking back was now the one chasing me. The cafe was quiet when I arrived. She was already there, sitting in the back, her fingers curled around a cup of coffee she wasn't drinking. The moment I walked in, her eyes locked onto mine, and I saw it, the regret. The weight of every choice she had made. She looked different. Not the confident, carefree woman who once walked away as if I was nothing. Now she looked tired. Worn. The light in her eyes was gone, replaced with something hollow. Dark circles beneath them told me she hadn't slept in days, maybe weeks. I sat down across from her, waiting. "You look good," she said softly, forcing a weak smile. I smirked. "I know." Her smile faltered. Her fingers tightened around her cup. "I've missed you," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I think about you every single day." I leaned back, arms crossed. "Really? Because when you left, you didn't seem to care." She flinched as if the words physically struck her. Tears welled in her eyes. "I made a mistake," she admitted. "I thought I wanted something else. But when you were gone, I realized I had thrown away the best thing in my life." She reached across the table, her fingers shaking. "Please," she whispered. "Tell me there's still a chance." For the first time, I smiled. Not because I was happy, but because I finally saw it. The desperation in her eyes, the realization of what she had lost. She had once believed I would always be there, waiting. But now she knew the truth. I let her sit in the silence, waiting for me to undo the past, to give her some sliver of hope. But I had nothing left to give. I leaned forward, resting my hands on the table. "You thought I'd always be here," I said calmly. Her breath hitched. She knew what was coming. "I know," she whispered, tears slipping down her face. But I didn't realize what I was losing. I exhaled slowly, shaking my head. "That's the problem. You only realized my worth when I was gone. And now it's too late." Her face crumbled. She opened her mouth to say something, to beg, to plead, to fight. But I was already standing. I pulled out some cash, tossed it on the table, and met her gaze one last time. "Take care of yourself," I said simply. And then, just like I did a year ago, I walked away. But this time, she was the one left behind. She didn't call my name. She didn't chase after me. She just sat there, frozen, watching as I disappeared from her life for the second time. Only now she knew there was no coming back. The cold night air hit my face as I stepped outside, but all I felt was relief. For a long time, I had wondered what I would say if I ever saw her again. But now, I realized I had already said everything I needed to say by leaving. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't anger. It isn't screaming. It isn't proving a point. It's simply moving on. And as I walked into my new life, I knew one thing for certain. She would spend the rest of hers regretting the day she let me go.